What's up? How y'all doing? I'm having neck spasms, back spasms. I don't know. I think it's because it's raining so bad outside, and when it rains real bad, my back gets just like, it's like something got a hold of me right now. Whew. 2 minutes. Yes, thank you. So I was supposed to have, y'all just don't know. I was supposed to have, be going to a walk, like a stroll. What is it called? Let me look. A stroll walk. Stroll and roll tomorrow, but it's gonna be raining, so I don't know if I'm gonna take Kason outside today, because that basically is just outside. But I wanted to come back and I want to talk about what I was talking about earlier, right? So, uh, let's see if I get 5 people in here. I'm gonna talk. 5 people. I'll sleep. Girl, you always sleep. About time. My dang going neck is really, really killing me. That's about if 5 people in here. I can cut it off. I can download it. If 5 people come on here, then I'll talk. I'm gonna play some what's this is? Some iPhone games. Y'all play iPhone games? Comment if y'all comment over here if y'all play iMessage games. If y'all play iMessage games, y'all can hit me up with my phone number, right? It's not my personal phone number, but like it's a phone number that can get to me. 443-333-8883. And then I'll hit you up with my email because I don't know if I want you to hear my phone number. I don't know if I want you to hear my. Y'all know what? The fuck y'all can hit me on the email. Where this charger at? Can you bring this charger downstairs? It's this one. Oh, this side. Oh. Brain go away. Come back on another day. What? Family be my family be on someone on some shit. So there's only 2 people here. I'm gonna talk about it, y'all. For anybody who come in later, yeah. So tell me if I'm wrong, right? My sibling, right? Same mama, same daddy, was knocked on my door and asked if Casey could come out and play because his cousins was here. So I was like, all right, cool. So I allowed Casey to go outside and play with them. And I went outside too just to, overview my son. Because one, you got all these kids and you can't see everybody fighting, everybody yelling, and it does something to me. So I just wanted to make sure that my son was cool. So that was like 2, 3, maybe a month ago. And my son wanted to stay with the cousins and just spend more time with her, spend more time with the cousins, but us like no, go back home. Okay, no problem, because at the end of the day, I'd rather him to be home and for me to know he's not getting yelled or cussed at. So, like 2 weeks ago, I go pick Casey up. Casey don't get out of school until 5:15. What? Yes, I know that's a long time, but Casey don't get out of school till 5:15. So when Casey come home from school, this is normally what we do in my house. Come home, feed Casey, let him play, watch TV, take a bath. So when I had picked Casey up, I had picked my son up, and my little cousin come up crying to me like, I want to go home. Call mommy. I'm like, I don't have mommy number, so I called my sister and I was like, hey, blah 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 blah. She was like, bring her around here. So I brought my little cousins around here, and instead of them being at my house, they went to my sister's house. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. My sister fed them, so Kason was still outside playing. Remember, Kason did not eat. I know the little kids, which Kason's in the kindergarten, he don't eat since the last time he eat in school is at 11 o'clock. They giving them snacks, but you're not filling him up because you ain't giving him no food. So my sister had fed the girls, right? And it was a hot dog on a stick. No problem, right? So because Kason was there, he was outside, and I was outside too. And I don't have these in my house. This is a reason why it hit like a chord for me. So Kason's outside, and she's feeding them, and he asks my sister, "Can I have a hot dog on a stick?" And my sister replied to my son was, "No, Kason, I need to let these. I no, Kason, I need to let these last me for the rest of the month." Right? And it irritated me because if you can give it to your cousins, why couldn't you give it to your nephew? Not like he asked for like 10. He asked for one. Just one. But I knew my baby was hungry, so I came in the house and I fixed my baby chicken nuggets and French fries. But because he was outside and he was playing with his cousins, he didn't want to eat in my house. So I took the food to my sister's house. Right? And I was like, when they eat, give this to Kason, since quote unquote you don't have no food. Right? And once their food was done, which took forever, right? Because the girls was like, "I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry." I'm looking like, "Oh, well, the food is coming, da da da, whatever." So then, once they ate, Casey ate. So, um, I used to live with this sister, right? And I moved in with this sister because I wanted to be in a place where I was not comfortable, right? Because me, y'all know that I'm a very overprotective mother. Cussing, yelling at my son should only be done by me and his father. Anybody else, don't cuss. You can fuss, but don't cuss at my son. So we was outside, and my nephew hit my son. I'm like, stop! Don't hit Kason, right? His mom said, "Don't hit Kason." Kason hit my nephew, and it was like, "Don't fucking stop hitting my fucking son," or something like that. And I'm looking like, okay, cool. That was one. And then it happened again. I was like, why? I was like, stop cussing at my son. Like, I don't like that. Like, whatever. So then I was talking about my settlement with the lady down the street. I was like, man, I can't wait till I get this settlement. I'm so ready to be back driving and da 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 da. Right? So this lady, she cool, like, like she a grandmama of the block, right? So she real cool. So anyway, I'm talking to her and my sister right there too. She like, don't you owe me money? And I'm like, wasn't that for me in my head? That wasn't appropriate, right? But me, I'm the person like I don't want to make no scene outside because I already know like when I'm mad, I'm a yell da da da, and I don't really want that, right? So I let it be. So um, I had my son father had bought me 5 cases. No, was it 5 or 4? I think it might have been 4 cases of Pure Life water from Sam's Club last month, in which I normally go through 5 cases of water within a month. But I just kind of like chilled out with the water a little bit. Y'all know how I drink water. So my I had drunk 2 of the waters. It was 2 left, but like I had drunk half of one. So my sister come knock on the door like, "Hey, can I have some water?" Sure. Let me give you some water. I'm like, take as much as you want. Because that's the type of sister I am. Like, you live where I live at, we should be helping each other out, right? So she takes the water, and that was for her. So then my nephews came over. She sent them up here to get more water. And I gave them like 3 waters. That was it. Right? So like half of the only case that I had left, because I had drunk the half the case. The next day, pretty much, because I opened up the bottom case for her to take the waters out. I ended up having like 4 or 5 waters. So I had to call my baby father. I was like, yo, I need some waters. He goes to the store and buy me Deer Park. I don't drink Deer Park. For me, Deer Park is nasty. You be like, Cinda, really? I don't drink Deer Park. And when you see me drink water, I drink um Pure Life. So anyway, a couple of days later, um, my sister got issues with family members, and she talked about the family members on Facebook. And to me, it irritates me because I'm your friend and I'm seeing this shit. I don't want to see that, right? So anyway, um, a couple of days go by, and I'm seeing my sister, and she's seeing me, but like she had like an issue or whatever. So one time when I couldn't wash clothes, I had to use her phone, and it was $3. I was like, you know what, honey, here go your $3. Let's give you the $3 back, right? So then she tried to give me the waters back, but the water she gave me was off-brand water. But she sent my niece up here, and my niece was trying to give them to me. I was like, what's that? She was like, waters. I'm like, why you bring me the waters? She's like, because my mother want to give you the waters back. I said, I don't drink those waters. She was like, they did park. I'm like, hold on. It was 3 day parks that was still closed and 1 day park in which I was drinking. But I was unable to drink the whole bottle of day park. I had to drink like to this much being left in. And it was like 8 waters that was still like that. Because I couldn't just drink the water. Like I just couldn't drink it all. So my sister was like, oh, I bet she probably like, I bet she better not say that I ain't trying to give her the water back. But remember, she ain't speaking to me. So yesterday, I got a call from Kason School, and it was like Kason had an accident. So, she was like, the nurse was like, it really wasn't nothing, but he ran into another kid, they bumped head, and just to be, on the safe side, she just wanted to tell me. I'm like, okay, cool. So then she was like, she hung up. No, before she hung up, I said, okay, if anything was to go wrong with Kason, tell his teacher to call me and I'll come get him. Right? So she hung up and called me directly back. I said, okay. She was like, well, Kason said he's dizzy. I said, don't worry about it. I'm on my way to come get him then. So my brother needed some inhalers, and I had inhalers. I had one which my sister gave when Kason had pneumonia, 2 when I got filled for Kason prescription because the pharmacy wasn't open on the weekends. I had to wait till Monday to get the prescription filled. Anyway, my brother took me to the school, but when my brother came and got I seen my sister, and she spoke to my brother, but she didn't speak to me. But the older lady was outside, and she was like, Son, come here. Like after my sister had left. She like, say, come here. I was like, what? She like, you and your sister don't speak. I'm like, she not speaking to me. I said, I guess I did something, the brother wrong or whatever. She like, that is weird, right? I'm like, that's just how my sister is. And like I'm trying to do better. I went to therapy. I did some self cleaning, some self reflecting, and like how most people, when you have issues going on, they don't talk about it. Like when you could probably do something really small and they don't talk about it. Like me, I'm a person where I don't like drama. Like I don't like drama. Um, but for me, when I was in therapy or whatever, my therapist was like, it's easy to assume that people know exactly what you did wrong because they did you wrong. But again, they did you wrong. Something that they did trauma you. They don't know exactly what they most of the time they don't know what trauma that you and what made you feel that way. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to be the better person because like my nephew trying to come in my house and I'm like I'm not a tick for tag person, but I'm not gonna let your son come in here if you gonna be mean to my son when he wanna play with your son, right? So my nephew was outside yesterday, and I was just in the house. Kason, I told y'all Kason came home, so he was like, "Can Kason come outside?" I said, "Kason don't feel good, so Kason just gonna be in the house." He like, "All right." He was like, "But I won't come inside and play with Kason toys." I said, "No, you're not coming inside to play with Kason toys." So last night, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna text her and see what's up. So I text her, right? I ain't gonna read word for word because Well, I don't got it, but I was just basically, I texted. I was like, I'm texting you because I don't know how you're going to react if I was trying to have this conversation with you outside. I said, I don't know what I did to piss you off, but obviously I did had to do something, right? Because I've noticed that you're not speaking when you see me, right? I said, it said that whatever issue that you got going on with me or anybody else, you taking it out on my son and my nephew because they want to play, right? And then I was just like, life is short, no matter how long you live, you know, try to get your relationships right. Like me, like everybody think their trauma or their hurt was the most hurt. Like me, my real bad trauma is that my father stole the money for me to get my teeth fixed. And for years, I walked around like this with nothing there. And so I paid for this myself, right? Because my mother and my father was cool with me just walking around for like maybe 2, 3, or 4 years with nothing in my mouth until I paid for it. But like everybody got their own childhood trauma. So I was like, you need to get it in check. Da 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 da. I was like, if you feel as though I owe you anything, you as a person should tell me because one, I'm not a fucking mind reader. So then I told her the things that I only told her certain things that was bothering me. I told her two things in general. I was like, one, it bothered me because when Kason asked you for the sausage and you made up a dumbass excuse. My others, because I told my other sisters too, they're like, well, obviously you wasn't there because you didn't hear it. I said, obviously I was there because I'm telling you exactly what the fuck she said, right? So they like, well, why you didn't say nothing right then and there? I'm like, y'all know I don't like conflict. I just wait, I gotta let it calm down because if my nephew was in my house, I'm gonna feed him, right? If you need like if my sister needed something out my house, I'm gonna give it to her. Like when she need money because all she got is money on her cash app, I give her the money. She need water, I give her water. She needs somebody to watch her son, I watch her son. Or she needs somebody to watch her daughter, I do it. Only thing my sister have done for me since she lived here was give me ketchup because I ended up thinking I didn't have ketchup, but I ended up having ketchup and having a key in my house. One, I don't feel comfortable with her watching my son because she cuss a lot, and I told y'all like that's a trigger for me. Like, don't cuss at him too much. So I told her I was like, my two issues was one because you told my son he couldn't have sausage, but you gave out three and couldn't give out another one because of the fact that he was right there, right? Two, because you keep cussing at my son like he used to that. He's not used to that. My son, I could do a cuss at case and I do cuss at case. Only when that little boy is being hard headed as hell. But normally I talk really nice with him. I let him express his little stuff. If he mad, whatever, everybody like, oh, he shouldn't talk like that. My son talk better than most of all your kids because I allow him to talk. Right? So anyway, it was other stuff that was bothering me, but I just didn't say nothing. So she gonna say her reply back to me was, well, if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. I can't go to the market like you do. I'm like, that's just like a reflecting. Like that's reflecting. You're not adjusting. You're not what's the word? You're not addressing anything. You're just saying, oh, if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. Like at the end of the day, I remember back in the day when you had when it was like family. Like my family has been fucked up since 2004. When my grandmother Charlene died, the family went to hell. Okay, so I remember my aunt who lived at 514 West Preston Street. Okay, let me tell you this. That old lady, well, she's not old, but she is old, but she wasn't old back then. But my aunt used to have every last one of my mama kids in her house. And not one time did I hear My mother and my aunts complain about having people kids, having each other kids. So my mother got 11 kids. My aunt Mousy had 11 kids. You know, I don't really say people names, but at the end of the day, my auntie had 11 children. My Who else kids my aunt used to have? She used to have my other aunt kids, in which my aunt got 4 kids. Right? Y'all can tell this shit up. I don't know. But she used to have my other aunt kids, and when she got 5 kids, she used to have outside people kids. I can't say everybody, but she used to have outside people in her house. And I'm looking like, at the end of the day, would it have hurt you to feed your nephew just one sausage? She was just like, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna wipe my hand of the situation because I helped you more than you can ever. I helped you, or I helped you more than you can ever say you helped me. And I don't hold this shit above nobody's head. I don't say, ha ha ha, I did this shit for you. I don't do that. I seen that you needed help. I was able to give you the help that you needed. It might have took you a year to get it, but at the end of the day, when where you was at and where I got you to was better than where you was at in the beginning. But I don't know, y'all. Like, it's just this one sister. This is this one sister. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just want to wipe my hands up, and it feels so bad because, like, I'm taking Casey somewhere tomorrow, right? And she got a son. I'm like, oh, we can go together, but I'm not doing it. Like, I don't want to kiss. I don't kiss butt, right? The only butt that I ever kissed in my whole entire life, only one ass I've ever kissed, like literally kissed in my whole ass, my whole life, was my ex-wife. I don't kiss it. Kissing butt ain't for me. But I don't know, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and vent for just a little bit because I was only supposed to be on 8 minutes. I'm waiting on here for 10 minutes. I don't know. Can y'all tell I'm in pain? Can y'all tell it? Yo, you're a big dumb self. I gotta get my baby. I gotta go pick my baby up. Woo. And then I'm just looking like I ain't doing no extra. Call me Patty. Call me Patty. But I ain't doing no extra. Like at the end of the day, all the extra I was giving you, you ain't getting it no more. You hurt my motherfucking feelings for the last fucking time. Fuck you. I want to exit off. Let me exit.